Everybody, welcome back to another episode of FSi DFS Fantasy NASCAR Picks. I'm your host, Mike 31. Got the Xfinity race at Atlanta. Gonna be a little bit cooler today in the 50s than some of the hot Atlanta days that we've had in the past. If you are first tuning in here and didn't watch the Truck Series video, Atlanta was repaved after the 2021 season. So the last 3 years here, um, it's been more of a super speedway because it's really fast, but it's only a 1.5 mile track, so it's like an intermediate track. Definitely can go too wide here. Sometimes it's more like single file racing than you see the super speedway, but you will see sometimes two and sometimes even three wide here. Wrecks do happen, but they don't take out the whole field. They take out like smaller um, groups. So cars do get a little bit more spread out here also. And fun fact, since they repaved it, the winner of each race has come started in the top five. So there are some dominated points here. It's not like some of the short tracks where you want like a ton of dominated points, but I think you need to factor that more in because there's more laps here than the truck race. So fast laps and some dominator points will be there. It's not like Talladega and Daytona where they're switching position and leads and fast laps are spread out so much that it really doesn't matter. But you still want to kind of stack the back and get place differential where you can. So maybe take one or two up top and then look for place differential behind it. And so starting at the top, you have the Childress cars, which do not surprise me at all. Either one of them could be your dominator here, and I think you probably want one or them in your cash line. I don't think you can go with both. It's like way too much salary up there, and I just don't think even if they finish one or two, that's going to be like the optimal. So be cautious on that. I'm going to lean Hill, but Jesse Love is another fine feature. And as I talked about in the truck race, sometimes I split my cash. Maybe I'll make a love line, maybe a love line. That sounds funny. Um, and have like a Hill lineup, and then just kind of split it between two of them. Josh Williams, I love him as a driver. He's like the little engine that could, the underdog that we all cheer for. But starting way too far forward here, I just don't see him being the one. So he's going to be a fade for me. Allgaier and Mayer also have some upside here too. I think the RCR cars are definitely the head of the class, but I wouldn't write off either one of these two cars either. Taylor Gray, rookie at GPP up here. I think he's got a lot of talent, did well in Truck Series in a good Gibbs car, but I just don't know this early on if he's one that I want to go for. And Brandon Jones is way too volatile. There's Brandon Jones tracks, there's not Brandon Jones tracks, and I just don't see this as one where he's going to succeed. It didn't really do well at Daytona. I think he wrecked out pretty early if he wasn't the first one out there. So expect him to lose a lot of place differential here, and I don't see him finishing in the top 10. Quaffle is another rookie that's gone out there and doesn't really look like a rookie, tons of experience outside of Xfinity. So I think you can treat him as an upside dominator. And then you have two other rookies in Eccles and Zilich here. Um, Again, they're both talented. I think they can hang up here, but I want a little bit more place differential. And then Swalich, I think you can treat as a dominator here in this Gibbs card just because he has some place differential and he has the chance, I don't know, to go up and like really lead the race, but get up there and maybe get some fast laps and stuff. He's got one of the cheaper price tags up here, and has a lot of experience. I think he ran like ARCA truck and Xfinity last week at Daytona. He's running the truck race here also, so I think there's a lot of upside in him. And then Sammy Smith is a boomer bust play. I think it'll be highly owned. I like the place differential here also, and I think you can consider him as one of the dominators also potentially. So, I'd probably only go really going with one at GPP. Maybe I go with like two of them. Uh, so I'll leave that up to you, but definitely not Williams and the other ones I think are GPPs, but I really just don't think they have the upside to like lead or potentially win this race and they scare me that they can really stay. I think there's better place differential placed further on down. Dies a fade. The Cully program just really hasn't been the greatest in the last couple of years. And I just think that he's going to fade on down. Sieg's usually pretty solid, and he's a decent super speedway racer, so it wouldn't surprise me if he has a solid day here. I just think there's better place differential plays, and like the price Price tag isn't super bad here. So, but I'd probably drop if I'm like around this. I'd probably drop down and play like Burton or Alfredo and save a little bit of money there. Sanchez again too, the big machine racing. I think that he's going to have some success. Did well in the Truck Series, but I think it's going to be a little bit of time for you to adjust to the Xfinity Series. It's different than driving in the Truck Series. More like late model drivers adjust better than Truck Series drivers. It's just a completely different vehicle there. Uh, so those are mostly GPP plays until you get down to Almirola here at 16th. Really good driver, comes and races for Gibbs, has like one in this like fill-in all-star driver car. So I think that he definitely is one that can get up there, does well at Atlanta and at super speedways. And it's not a 16th place car or driver, so definitely some upside there. Sheldon Creed, I think he has a chance to win this also. I know he didn't qualify well, but he's always been a really good super speedway driver, and it's just a matter of time before he breaks through. He's not a 17th place car. I think people overlook him because he constantly wrecks, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna put some money on him here. I'm gonna put a couple units on him. I think that for to win today, I just got a weird feeling of this. So um Creed definitely like in my 10K or whatever the top GPP. I can't remember what the price tag is, but you know what I'm talking about. It's the drivers that you would play in the top GPP. Alfredo, I think is solid enough here at 18th to at least finish where he starts to be able to pay off his price tag. Harrison Burton, I know you're probably laughing like, why is he on? I really think this is another. I don't know if this is his hometown, if he's from Atlanta or whatever. He can I can look that up and put it in the comments later, but probably I know Elliott's are from around here, but I thought maybe the Burtons were too, but maybe not. But anyways, I just really looked at how he does in yeah, you can ignore this in column. I don't know why it's remnants of usually when I set up the sheet, like I have like the whole player pool and then I just X that they're in, but I just forgot to close that. So I mean it's absolutely nothing. Don't let that distract you. So Harrison Burton come back down to Xfinity Series. I think he's pretty well suited here. It's a decent car, and I think that he'll have a strong season. I think it's gonna be kind of like the Cole Custer story where he moved up too fast, then he comes back down, and I think he'll be able to get some better experience up here and maybe get into a better ride in Xfinity eventually. Maybe get into like one of the Haas cars when Sheldon Creed isn't there next year because he's changed teams and manufacturers like three times in the last 3 years. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, Burton I think has a lot of upside here too. Jeb Burton also, Jordan Anderson. This program's been really good on super speedways, so has he. So he's a solid cash play. CJ McLaughlin, no idea how you qualify this far up. Don't have faith in you. Think that you're going to finish laps down and lose place differential. Dean Thompson, the Sam Hunt car is a rookie here. It's okay, but I think there's better plays at GPP for me. Parker Retzloff was in the Jordan Anderson car, did really well in super speedways, just couldn't do anything anyplace else, just couldn't get the finishes. So I think that he's a solid 10K upside play here. I think he'll have like medium ownership, and I really like that as a core. And of course, with these 10K or like whatever the top GPP is, I'm sorry if it's not 10K, if it's 20K or 15K or 5K or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The top $10 GPP and on DraftKings here, and don't play these ones like a bunch of our GPP picks. Mix in the prime plays, mix in cash plays, mix in some floor plays, and then these will be your differentiation plays. Clements has always been solid. Starting in the 20s, usually finishes around 20, good on super speedways. And Blaine Perkins, same thing. And he's in a Jordan Anderson car that Reflop was also. They just seem to have the setup and figure these races out. And Jordan Anderson's a really good teacher on how to drive on super speedways. And I think that he'll be solid there also. Ellis and Sieg, I think GPP plays here. I think they have a little bit of upside, but I just question the floor. They might fall down a little bit because there's a lot of strong cars behind them that could get up ahead of them. Right in this R Motorsports car, ours Motorsports is really taking a step backwards. I think that he's going to fall back a little bit here and not finish in the top 30. So I'm out on them. My prime plays are Honeyman and Benedetto here at 62 and 69. That opens up a lot of salary for you to be able to get some of these upside 9 and 10K guys into your lineup. So that's where I want to go. I think Benedetto is going to be pretty chalky. Viking Motorsports, like again, not super and this team seems to be solid with the what they've and the equipment and stuff that they got and the team that they brought in. And to be Benedetto is a really good driver. We saw him driving like the Rackley when they first started out and having some success there in the Truck Series. So I think the talent's there. And Honeyman's been Moneyman, Cope Family Racing, Derek Cope. They've been around racing for a long time. They really understand what they're doing and stuff. It's a single car team that I think is going to have some decent success this year, kind of like who was the guy that had to close up his shop in Truck Series. I think it's going to be kind of like Clements, where you just have one car, one focus, and you get a decent driver and have solid results. So I think that's where they're going this year. So they're both fine players for me. If you don't like them and want to go a little bit further out down for some place differential, Poole, Blicky, and Smithley, I think are other good cash plays here with solid floor. Alpha Prime, I like better than GGM and the daughter Greenlight Racing cars. Lens, I'm just not sure if like he's going to be in this car the whole time, and I just don't know. I like Smithley better because I know Smithley's racing all the races. Lentz, it's just I'm a little bit more apprehensive there. Mike Harmon cars break down a lot, so Carson Ware's GPP for me. Alpha Prime, like I said, they've been solid. Mason Massey here, I think it's cash play. Maglio and Joey Gase cars scare me also. I think Gase is going to be a cash play here because he usually gets because it's his team with his name on it. He usually gets the better pit crew and the better equipment and everything, and Mangelo gets the seconds. So I think he's a cash play, but I think you play Maggio in GPP. Again, there's not a ton of fades because you're looking for Blake place differential down here, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like Lentz, Ware, Maggio, right, like all like finish like laps down stuff. That's why I'm kind of fading them and like with the fades up top, I just don't think that they're going to be able to hold their own, and you're just going to be surpassed with so much place differential and better plays in the price range. So I got for you. If you have any questions, put them in the chat below. Hit me on Megaroar31 on Twitter/X. If you want more information on FSi DFS, you can find it in the description of the video. If you get into our Discord, it is free. I talked about the truck video, and I apologize, for not having an Xfinity race video. I was sick last week, and if there's some times where we have to do a speculation video because there's not enough time between qualifying and the race to actually get a video out and produced and researched and stuff, and you give like 20 minutes to watch it, and it just doesn't make sense. Or I do a speculation one, try to get you my thoughts, and then so you can just get into Discord. You can email me at FSidFS.com or reach out to me in social media. I can try to get you help if we don't have video out there and you're looking for help. Can't give you all the answers all the time because that's why we have subscriptions. But I'm willing to help you for free in a little bit if you get stuck and we can't get a video out to help you. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Good luck in your contest. Check out the truck video if you haven't checked that out already. And if the race hasn't happened around 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I'll be back tonight for the cup video. So good luck in your contest. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next time.